Hello, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about Eminem's latest album that he dropped out of nowhere, but not without some speculation first for about a week and a half. It is the deluxe version of his 2020 January album called Music to Be Murdered By, and this one is called Music to Be Murdered By Side B, the deluxe edition. I'm not going to be doing a full-on review because that would take a while, and in this particular instance, I don't really think it's worth a full review because I'm gonna keep it pretty honest with you. I did not really like Side B. There were 4 songs out of the 16 that I liked, so that's 1/4, which is a 25%, which is essentially a fail. But those 4 songs that I liked, I actually really liked. Those 4 songs are Tone Deaf, Discombobulated, Alfred's Theme, and Nat, not necessarily in order. So today I'm going to be discussing why I like these particular tracks and just overall briefly debunking why I don't really like the rest of the album. So firstly, Nat, I think is a really cool song. It has 3 beats in it, which is almost like rivaling Sicko Mode, which has like 5 or something. All 3 of them are pretty decent beats, and I think I haven't really read The Genius, so I'm not even quite sure what the song's about because Eminem has such a deep lyricism throughout the song. It was a pretty enjoyable thing to listen to. He had some great bars, and his wordplay and his flow and his just lyrical technique throughout all of it was just impeccable, and I think it really shows how Eminem is still on top when it comes to these kind of things. The next song I liked was Tone Deaf. This one had a lot more like of a chill beat, and I think Eminem focused more on it like being catchy for the chorus, because the chorus is very catchy, like da 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. I thought that was pretty cool. Once again, his flow was good, his bars were good, his wordplay was good, but you already know all these things, so you just come to expect this from Eminem. That's why I like this song. And then you also had the song Discombobulated, which I thought was a really, really interesting track because it kind of seemed like Eminem was trying to essentially parody himself for like 20 years, from like 20 years ago when he did like basically, when he incorporated like elements of storytelling with comedy, with rap, and a lot of people would probably see it as cringy, but I actually think he did a pretty decent job with it, and it's overall a really enjoyable track because of all the elements because he is him, and only Eminem knows Eminem that well, if you know what I'm saying. I think it really shows that he can still perform on that kind of ability. Obviously, he's not gonna make an album as great as 20 years ago. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he's ever gonna put out an album as good as 15 years ago, but I think this was a good song to like rehash the past, show the reasons why he can still rap pretty decently. The final song I liked was called Alfred's Theme, and I'm assuming this was like a theme song for Alfred Hitchcock, which is basically the protagonist for this album, if you will. I actually really like this song because it has like a very circusy type beat, like it really reminded me of the circus for some reason. It just kind of sounds like that, and it's like really jumpy. He switches from one flow to another throughout the whole song. It's 5.5 minutes long, which is a really long song, but he keeps listeners' attention throughout the whole thing. Yeah, it's really enjoyable to listen to, and it kind of sounds like something that'd be on like the Marshall Mathers LP too. It was just really good. That's pretty much all I can say. And then for the rest of the songs, I just didn't like them. Like there wasn't really anything I found that was too special in all of them. Like the past 4 songs I mentioned, I found like individual aspects that came together and produced a really good song. But for the rest of them, it was either he was talking about some girl who like he had a toxic relationship with, or like something else. But it was pretty like bland, and it didn't seem like there was much substance to this album other than those 4 songs. Because if you can like rank that album, like side B, I think those 4 songs would be at the top. The rest of them are just at the bottom because they don't even compare. Like they're just not very good, if I'm being completely honest, and they don't really have much substance, they don't really have much value, and they just kind of there. Being an Eminem fan for 6 or 7 years now, that really disappoints me because I know he's so much better than that. I'm still glad we got some good songs out of this album. I'm hoping, I've heard he's retiring when he turns 50. I think he's 48 right now, so I'm assuming he's gonna put out either 1 or 2 more albums. I really hope he puts a lot of time and effort into them because I really want to see him retire on a strong note, if that is the case. Nat, Tone Deaf, Discombobulated, Alfred's Theme, those are my favorite songs. I think overall this album was It was okay once again, but those 4 songs I will be listening to quite frequently. I guess that's a win for me, you know, good on him for continuing to make music. And he released a new music video for Nat, which I quite liked, made by Lyrical Lemonade. But we'll just have to see what's going to come in the future, and hopefully it brings good things. I wonder what Anthony Fantano is going to review this. I don't think he'll like it too much either. I'm going to assume he's going to rate it like a 3 out of 10. That's pretty much all I had to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. We just hit 200 subscribers, so expect a video tomorrow, which I think you'll enjoy it. And that's pretty much all I had to say. Those are my thoughts on Music to Be Murdered by Side B. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of it, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.